I want you to imagine something. A grand hall in the West. Crystal chandeliers, golden cutlery, billionaires sipping wine as they discuss economic policies. Now shift your mind to a village in Africa. Dusty roads, a broken water pump, children walking miles just to go to school. Two different worlds. But here's the real question. Why do they exist side by side? The West isn't richer because they work harder. They aren't better because they are smarter. They have something most of us don't. Excess. See, when they talk about their economies booming, when they claim they are in debt to themselves. When they talk about innovation, they are using resources that they have in surplus. When they give aid, they are giving what they will never need back. But Africa? We don't have excess. We have only what is left after the West has taken its share. You think the West isn't corrupt? Their corruption is just better dressed. Take the 2008 financial crisis. The biggest banks in the world gambled with money that wasn't theirs. When they lost, they got bailed out, paid with taxpayer money. No one went to jail. No consequences, just business as usual. Now imagine if an African leader did that. Imagine if billions disappeared overnight and no one was held accountable. You would hear it on every global news station. Corruption in Africa. But when it happens in the West, they call it a financial adjustment. Same crime, different narrative. Let's talk about debt. The United States has a national debt of over $30 trillion. But who do they owe? The aliens? Mostly themselves. They can print money, restructure loans, and keep their economy moving. Now look at Africa. When we borrow under impossible conditions. High interests, strict repayment terms. If we default, they take control of our resources, our industries, our policies. Do you see the difference? When the West is in debt, it's a strategy. When Africa is in debt, it's a trap. African corruption is easy to see. It's in the flashy cars, the empty hospitals, the schools without books. It's in the leaders who steal from the people and leave nothing behind. But in the West, corruption doesn't drive a Bentley. It wears a suit and passes laws. A politician receives millions from oil companies, then suddenly new policies benefit those same companies. It's corruption. But they call it lobbying. It's theft. But they call it capitalism. Let's talk about IPAC. IPAC is one of the most powerful lobbying groups in America. It operates in plain sight, shaping U.S. foreign policy, ensuring billions in aid and military support flow to Israel. No questions asked. And how do they do it? They fund campaigns. They finance politicians. They create a system where no U.S. leader can openly criticize Israel without risking their career. Even if Israel bombs hospitals, even if it displaces thousands. Now imagine if an African nation had the level of influence, that level of influence. Imagine an African lobbying group making sure billions flow to Africa every year. No conditions, no debt traps, just guaranteed funding. It wouldn't be allowed because corruption is only acceptable when it benefits the West. Africa is not poor. It is wealthy beyond measure. Gold, oil, diamonds, rare minerals that power the smartphones in your hands. But who profits? Foreign corporations, Western nations, international investors. They take our resources, refine them abroad, and sell them back to us at 10 times the price. And we are left with holes in the ground where our wealth used to be. I refuse to believe this is our fate. We don't have to accept crumbs when the cake was baked with our ingredients. We don't have to be beggars when we were the ones who built the wealth of empires. We can take control. We can stop borrowing under conditions that cripple us. We can invest in our own industries, own our own resources, and build institutions that serve us, not them. Because if we don't, the looting will never stop. And they will keep telling us that we are the problem while they continue to feast on what belongs to us. The West isn't winning because they are better. They are winning because they have set the rules in their favor. The rules can be rewritten. The real question is, who is willing to rewrite them?